In 2018, I spent 6 months in Pune, India as an exchange student. I did experience the notorious cultural shock everyone talks about, but not when I arrived to India. Instead, I felt it deeply in my skin when I returned back home to Europe. In order to feel better in my shoes, I decided to embrace a new lifestyle and to take up new habits. Among them, I decided to become a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian for almost 2 years now, and believe me, I have enjoyed every second of it. But how to find a balance between your diet, in this case vegetarianism, and your culinary experience in a new country which is likely to have different customs and especially a different cuisine. In this video, I'm gonna share how I managed to find this famous balance in between my vegetarianism and my non-stop continuous traveling experience. And I'm going to share some tips on how to travel as a vegetarian. Hi there, this is Martina. Welcome back to my channel Fuori Mura, where I'm sharing my experiences of working and traveling abroad as a means of stepping out of my comfort zone and in a way of stepping into the unknown. I have traveled to several countries as a vegetarian, and today here I am in Bogota, Colombia. So far, my culinary experience in Bogota has been extraordinary. By the way, I'm talking about it also in another video of mine, link in the description down below, where I'm also answering the most common and frequent questions that I've got about living in Bogota and moving in a new country in the middle of a pandemic. So if you're curious, feel free to check it out. What did I just hear? Feel free. Oh my, you gotta be more convincing, girl. Hey you, yes you, that you're watching, go check that out because I promise that's fantastic. You'll be over the moon after watching that, okay? So yes, my culinary experience here in Bogota has been so far extraordinary and fantastic, but I would be lying if I said that it has been easy. Traveling as a vegetarian is not easy. So you said that you're a vegetarian, but do you eat eggs? I know, right? That's vegan. What about fish? Are you eating fish? Oh, not even fish. So you're not eating meat, you're not eating fish. What are you eating? Are you eating cheese? Ah, yes, because that's vegan. But this new generation, I don't know what they're thinking about. Do you eat potatoes? But traveling as a vegetarian can also be incredibly exciting. And here is how. In this video, I'm gonna share my 6 tips to travel as a vegetarian and to make it as exciting as possible. An adventure within the adventure. My first tip is be prepared. After checking into your accommodation, go out grocery shopping in some local stores. Get some fruits, vegetables and other healthy snacks that you can easily carry around with you in your backpack. This way you can have them at hand in case you can't get a proper vegetarian meal. Besides, you will get to experience the grocery store local culture, which is absolutely one of my favorite things about traveling. In addition, and still as a part of the Be Prepared section, I would recommend you check out and you make a list prior to your departure. You make a list of the restaurants and cafes which have vegetarian options. Happycow.net is an extremely valuable resource, in my opinion, to scout vegetarian and vegan restaurants near you. My second tip has to do with vegetarian vocabulary. One day during my first month in Colombia, I was walking around Zipaquirá to visit the Salt Cathedral when I bumped into a very cute food stall. After taking a look at it, I noticed that most of the dishes were actually meat-based. So I approached the food stall and I asked the owner if there were some vegetarian options, saying that I'm a vegetarian, soy vegetariana. He looked at me and quite perplexed, and he said, yes, of course, we have something with chicken. Okay, so long story short, rather than learning how to say that you're a vegetarian in the local language, better to focus on some vegetarian-friendly vocabulary. You could learn some prior to your departure and then write them down as you go. I do write them down in my safety notebook. I'm very pleased to introduce you to my safety notebook, where I actually write down the most useful information that I might need during my travels. For example, some emergency contacts, some phone numbers of the embassies or the consulates, and so on. Vegetarian vocabulary also goes into this. Third, be one step ahead against diet-related fatigue. It's not a secret. If put in practice in the wrong way, vegetarianism can actually increase the risk of developing some nutritional deficiencies. In my opinion, traveling as a vegetarian can double that risk. When I travel, my attention is fully devoted to the local culture. Adventure is my traveling mantra, rather than, oh, I gotta be careful about sticking with a rich diet. I start thinking about it only the day when I feel especially tired. Might it be because I'm not following a nutrition balanced diet? I don't want to disappoint you, but that's very, very likely, girl. But here's my solution. Remember when I told you that in the first day it's a good practice to go out grocery shopping with some food essentials for your trip? In the same day, I also get some lentils, for example, in addition to other iron-rich ingredients. I cook them in the hostel, in the shared kitchen, and I store them in my food container, which is one of my must-have travel essentials. I eat my lentils and my, whatever iron-rich ingredient you decide to pick. I eat them a bit every day to make sure that my diet is as balanced as possible in order to prevent diet-related fatigue. My fourth tip is never be afraid to ask. If there is nothing vegetarian in the menu, just try to make a request. Normally, restaurants can adapt their menu based on the customer's diet, and that goes as well with vegetarianism. According to my experience in Europe and in Latin America, vegetarian dish can be assembled based on the main dish, just without the protein, normally meat, components. The attending staff is likely to be looking at you, just like the man in Zipakira, remember the one of the chicken? Astonished. But that could also be the beginning of a very interesting conversation. So never be afraid to ask, and you will see that unexpected doors will open up to you, even food-wise. 5. Open communication with yourself and with your travel buddies. In case you're traveling with some non-vegetarian fellows, it's important to actually make them aware of your eating habits. But before that, you should be honest with yourself. If you're a vegetarian by choice, are you willing to incorporate some non-vegetarian option in your diet in some extreme cases? To what extent is compromise possible and it feels right to you? After you've made up your mind, just be open and honest with your travel companions. Better to be on the same page from day one, right? And just about that, my tip number 6. Be flexible. Traveling as a vegetarian does put some limitations on you. To compensate, I try to be as adventurous as possible. Vegetarian cuisine can be extremely diversified and full of surprises. If you're a vegetarian by choice, try to leave your limitations at home and to be as open-minded as possible about your upcoming culinary experience. And the results will be eye-opening, I promise. I consider being a vegetarian as a privilege. I can afford to choose what to eat and what to exclude from my diet. And to me, that's the definition of privilege. But vegetarianism, to me, is also a political standing, and it has now become part of my own identity. I am aware that I have to be very careful about the way I decide to express that, as the concept of vegetarianism is still quite incompatible with many cultures. it happened to me that my hosts, I was in Austria, that my hosts got offended because I was not gonna eat their meat-based dish. Learning how to present my case in the most logical, open and respectful manner, that's part of the learning process that comes along with traveling. And it's a journey in itself. So just to recap. First, be prepared and make sure to fill your pockets with a lot of fruits and a lot of healthy snacks from the grocery stores on day one. Then vegetarian vocabulary and not just si je suis végétarienne, sono vegetariana, sono vegetariana. No, that's not enough. You're gonna learn more. So learn that, write them down, put it in your notebook, and here we go. Third, be one step ahead against diet-related fatigue. Yes, because it doesn't work that you just start complaining and thinking about it in the day that you start feeling tired. No, you start from day one, get some lentils, put it in your food container, and believe me, that's gonna work. Fourth, never be afraid to ask. If there is nothing on the menu, just open your mouth and ask it out, because everyone is gonna help you. Believe me, the world is full of amazing people and you will find your own way around it. So don't be afraid to ask. Never. 5, be honest with the people you're traveling with. If you're a vegetarian and you need to adjust your diet and you're ready to do compromise, or you're not, well, just open up yourself with your travel companions, because traveling can be quite problematic when you're in a group. So better be on the same page from day one. Clear? And 6, be flexible, be open-minded, and an extraordinary world will open up to you. Absolutely, I'm 100% sure, yes. Okay, I hope that you found this video useful and that you have learned something and that you got some insights on how to make your traveling as a vegetarian experience as exciting as possible. If you did, don't forget to leave a petit pouce bleu and to subscribe to this channel for more videos yet to come. And to follow my journey around the world through my blog, Fuori Mura. I will link it in the description down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will be looking forward to seeing you in my next video. In the meantime, well, bon appétit!